welcome back to another amazing episode of Mind the Kids. Today we're going to talk about something very, very interesting. When others judge gaming, talking with educators and relatives. Actually, it's very, very interesting. I'm not going to be the one talking. The one that is going to talk is our amazing host of always, Laura. So happy to have you here. Thank you for being here.
Hello, super happy to talk about this because judging is something that you're gonna encounter very, very much once your kid has a gaming system. Is most probably for many people going to be too soon to have a gaming system. And you're going to find a lot of opinions about that, and many people who are going to say that this is bad for your kid. So this is about the moment that people judges your child's gaming. And it's not about defending gaming and saying that gaming is perfect or whatever. It's about protecting your kid, because stigma harms kids, and especially public shaming, comparisons, and moralizing, and talking about age ratings. And so for educators around, please, if you have some concern about a kid, address directly the parents or the responsible adults. Do not address the kids. Do not shame kids in front of the other schoolmates or whatever. And it is well established that a teacher shaming a kid can be as devastating as bullying. So please, whatever you have to talk about, please do it between adults. Do not address the kid about the situation, because it's not him taking the decisions. It's not him deciding the environment. So please, just talk between adults. And if you are the parent taking the decisions, address that as a rule with anyone. We talk about that privately. You can listen to people, but we talk about that privately and not in front of the kid.
Why do these kind of conversations are so hard, actually? What do you think that is so hard to talk about this?
So because it touches a lot of things. It touches a lot of emotions. Mm-hmm. It touches fear. And many adults are afraid about the child's future and the brain of the kid and the attention of the kid and everything. So they are going to just throw all their fears, not based on facts at all. They just have a lot of misconceptions and a lot of things. And but if we argue in front of the kid is going to feel that this is about his identity, about who he is, about the things we like. So the idea is to be just calm and really not focus so much into opinions and into things that are going to be thrown at you, like this is bad for his brain, this is going to screw with his future, this is going to be terrible for his grades. Like, focus on observable behavior and well-being indicators and routine. So ask for real marker, real indicators. How is his mood? How are his relationships? How is his learning? And you get your facts together. And if people are concerned, you can say, okay, I see you're afraid about this and that. And you can share what you do at home about sleep, about movement, about school, about relationships, about mood. And they can see you have a plan, that this is not just something that you are
random.
That you're improvising. This is, you really have a plan for your kid. And the fact that he's gaming is inside of this plan, and that you take your responsibilities really seriously.
So when the educator, for example, expresses a concern to the parent, how should the parent answer or respond? Because obviously it's not a comfortable situation. At the end of the day, they are talking about your kid, they are judging a little your kid. It's like, how can they manage that?
Obviously, so if an educator is expressing his concern, you can take it seriously and you can ask for data. This is the most important, because so many people are talking about emotions and about opinions and about how they are afraid about this, but what are the specifics? Does my kid not study anymore? What is the thing that you are seeing? Is the only problem that he's talking about video games? So you can take it seriously, but really analyze what they are telling to you. If the only concern is they like video games, well, there's nothing to do there. Your kids keep on sleeping, they keep on learning, they keep on having healthy relationships, the mood has not changed. There's nothing to do, because there is not any problem. When you have to really intervene is when the teacher went through the kid to tell you something. So then your kid comes home and says, okay, my teacher told me that I shouldn't be playing this game, and he said that in front of the whole class. And then you go back to, then you can call the teacher and say, okay, I understand your concerns. I would ask you to address them to me first.
Yeah.
And you can be calm and talk about that with the teacher. And sometimes they are going to tell you things, and I will always remember this teacher who told me, okay, we should see the psychological impact of a character disappearing on the screen for a kid. And I was so shocked. I was like, but there's no consequence whatsoever. He revamped 3 seconds later and he was immortal for a while. So no consequence.
It's fiction, of course. It's like
Yeah, it's fiction, but it's more fiction than films. Like we talk already about Mufasa and
oh my goodness.
Like there are whole generations of kids that are traumatized because some characters died in films, and they, but there's never a kid, or I've never ever seen that a kid coming crying like, oh, a character disappeared in a video game, because it is a game. It's a little bit like when they play to kill each other in the park. They know they are not killing them for real, and there is not this emotional. Yeah, they can be angry they lost the game, but they don't see that as death. So when a teacher talks to me and equals this character disappearing to a traumatizing death for the psychological implications on a kid, to just say nothing, because see, if she says we should see this, the indicators of psychological distress in a kid when a character disappears, like, okay, show me any study that talks about that. Show me facts. And the thing is that when you are talking about relatives and people who don't understand, everything is so much based in opinions. And when opinions join emotions, people are so real about what they are saying. And some people are going to just tell you that this is going to destroy your kid's brain. And if we go back to basics, not sleeping is going to destroy your kid's brain, not having healthy relationships, not moving, a disastrous diet, all this can destroy your kids' well-being. But having a healthy digital life, in a balanced life, this is not going to destroy your kid's brain. So we can address concerns, and it is very important that we intervene if what is happening is going to change our child's environment. So if he's being constantly shamed at school by a teacher or whatever, then we have to intervene. We have to always protect our child's dignity. But it's not a problem. We have to also listen to these opinions and take them as.
So we're talking about that teachers sometimes, lots of times actually, because there is data there is data for this actually, right? That they blame gaming for attention issues or social difficulties lots of time, right? It's like this is actually a common topic. I have seen news about it and a lot of things. It's like, and sometimes the
Yes,
parent has to deal with this. It's like
again, this is not something we make such. We take out of a pocket weird stuff. Like, for example, oh, a kid likes video games and he's a little bit shy. He's shy because he plays video games. So we're gonna switch up the thing. And no, why? Why don't we decide, okay, let's take care of the social relationships of the kids. So first we're gonna listen to the kid. What's going on? What are the difficulties? What are the situations, social situations where he feels comfortable? So we are going to put the kid maybe more and more in the situations and with the people that he feels comfortable with. And we can work from there if he's got a problem with relationships. And if a kid is shy and he's got, or we judge, because we judge all the time, oh, this guy is going to have problems with relationships. Maybe he's not. But we put so many labels, we like it. Actually, inviting friends to play would be such a beautiful way to socialize. So, and if a kid has problems focusing on school, maybe the first thing is not, he likes video games. This is the reason. Why?
It's true.
Yeah, it's such a cool card that we can throw to everything. Like always, this everything is PlayStation's fault. And maybe it's not like this. Like, let's see what's happening. Let's see what's happening in the kid's life. If something else changed, but if we are so judgmental and we keep on pushing the thing, like everything that goes wrong is video games' fault, and you're obsessing and this and that, and the kid what's going to be is be more and more secret about it and be more and more defensive about it. So he tries to protect his hobby. He tries to protect things that he likes.
Because it's part of his identity as well. Gaming is part of their identity. It's like you're attacking the identity of a child that is actually finding himself. So how can we protect the kid when they is affronting this kind of judgmental? Sorry for the accent.
So we protect the kid about any judgment. So even if it's a relative and something, it's sometimes it's different. When there is a relative, it's possible that whoever wants to have a discussion about that in front of the kids. And this is never educational. You shouldn't ever have an agreement in front of the kids. You just say to this person, okay, stop that. We're going to talk about that at this moment when the kids are not there, or we're going to call it, we can have a call to talk about that tomorrow. So you give this person a moment and you say, okay, I take it seriously and we're going to talk about that. So the first thing that you have to do is protect your kid. Dignity is non-negotiable. Your kid likes it, is his hobby, we have already protected the balance. So you have to keep your child safe. And then you discuss with the adult, not in front of the kid. You can say to the person, this is something that calms them down. Okay, I see you're afraid. Tell me what you see in the kid that supports your theory. Like what is going on? Because so many times is just an opinion. And then you share your plan. He's absolutely playing video games. We share a digital life together, but we have these sleep routines and we have these healthy habits of movement or everything, so they can see that they have a balanced and full life where gaming has a place. So this is very important. And then you go to your kid, and if your kid saw something like this, you can tell him that you value his interest and that you're on his side.
And what happens, for example, I imagine the situation, right? Because that can happen. Two parents have this situation. One parent disagrees with the approach of the other. What do we do there?
So again, once the kid is sleeping or when he's in an activity, we're going to sit down and we're going to come up with a plan. And so if the gaming system is inside of the house, we already took a decision. So we are the adults and we have the right to revise it and to decide new norms. So we are going to write a plan together and we are going to listen to the other person, because if we are, I don't know, partners, we are a team and we decide together. So we're going to again put the child in the center and see if our kid is sleeping, see what is worrying us, really. Is just worrying us that he likes video games? Because that is not a problem. Again, this is not a problem. A kid loving video games is just the most normal thing in the world. If you're worried just because your kid loves video games and he talks about that a lot, this is not a problem. Problem is unbalance. And if that is creating some imbalance, how are we going to set up a plan together that's going to build a balance where we are all going to be comfortable with? So this is important that we can do that together.
That's actually a very good tip.
Yeah.
Let's be more radical. Okay, let's think more in the future in some very nasty situations that are supposed that at some point in some countries that happen, right? But I don't know. What should we do if, for example, a school ban gaming at all, completely? What should we do in a situation like that as parents?
Well, they can ban it at school. They can decide kids cannot game in their phones. Well, I don't know. We are talking about teenagers in this case, because normally young kids cannot bring games to school. But they can do whatever they want at school. And we are not going to promote that the kids are going to game at school, but you are going to support your kids' well-being and avoid stigma. So the kid can have a healthy gaming routine time when he is at school. Because when we ban something, we are kind of considering that we're putting a big weight of this is really bad for you. And this is not bad for you if it's in a balanced life. So this is something that goes very far. This is a little bit more about opinions of adults and about what irritates adults and about what can be a problem. I posted this idea about the fact that so many adults are irritated about kids saying C7. Yes. And I can understand that this can disrupt a class, mainly a math class. I think the worst approach is to be angry. That's what many adults and teachers do. But I can understand that you put some boundaries. So it may happen that during moments when something is super trendy, kids are trying to take their phone in a class and try to play. Okay, obviously, this is not something that we are going to do in an educational institution. So we have to put some boundaries so the class can keep on going. But this does not mean that either phones or gaming are bad for people. And it's a little bit what we do so many times with kids and with gaming. We try to convince them that they are doing actually something that's wrong and that they are doing something that's bad for them. But we do that with so many things. So we are going to scare them and think that this is education, but education does not go through fear. You can control someone's behavior with fear, but this is not education.
And that always ends very bad. It's like, let's try to not do that. It's complicated.
Because
So,
you finally, you're kind of, the fact that the kid is gaming or not, this does not define their character. This does not define who they are. It's just something they like to do and they like to enjoy. And yeah, this is something that we should respect, and we shouldn't moralize with that.
Yeah. It will not be part of his personality in the future, but for the kid it's the word at that moment. So we have to respect that.
Yeah, or it will. We will talk a little bit about that in the next the next one.
At least some spoilers.
It can be something that is going to be a part of his identity. It could be, but this is not inherently bad.
No,
it is.
It's like, that is, it's actually, it's a lot. We're talking about, actually, we talk about a lot in this episode. Is it's a lot of concepts, a lot of things, a lot of situations. But
for me, it's just for adults who have kids who are gamers or who like the game. They are going to hear so many times that, oh, these video games, they are ruining kids and everything. And you just listen to the person. Very easy. Listen to the person, keep the conversation private, and keep on focusing about the fact that you have a plan and that you focus on balance, sleep, movement, school, relationships, that you have a good connection with your kid, and that this is inside of a nice, well-scheduled plan for your kid. So this is it. And so we keep on going again and again and again through this script. Whoever tells you, teacher, relative, whatever, keep the conversation private, state that you have a plan and you take good care of your kid. And you can validate the feeling of the person. I see you are afraid, or I hear that you're concerned, whatever. But so many times, it's going to be just opinions that are not based in facts at all.
Sometimes we have to intervene and just put some things on this non-existent data, no, that people just throw to our faces. It's true. The stereotype is always there. The idea of this mini channel is just to fight this stereotype and to make people understand that games can be healthy if are in a good environment, and that is the parents' duty. So yeah, I love this episode. It was very, very interesting. What are we going to talk in the next episode? I already made some spoilers. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, that's very cool. That's very good, because everything is linked. So sometimes the child is going to build some identity out of the fact that he is a gamer. So we are going to talk about gamer identity, about dreams about it, and how can we not idealize it or make it ridicule for them. So yeah, just again, child's dignity.
Love it. So thank you, Laura, for your time. Thank you for being here. I really, really enjoyed having these episodes. And until the next episode of Mind the Kids.
Bye-bye. See you next.